4.
And 5 is good.
Okay, you can join.
Two's in.
3's in.
4's in.
5 is in.
Okay, push uniform 6. Falcons check uniform.
Falcon 1-2.
Falcon 1-3.
Falcon 1-4. Number 5.
Okay. Let's reference to 5.
2.
3.
And Benson.
Jammer.
2 fenced in.
3 fenced in.
4 fenced. 5 sent in. I sent my AI home.
Thank you. Okay, I've got
1-2, return to base.
I've got unresponsive targets on mode 1 and 2, approximately 40 left and 50 miles.
Jammer.
Everybody, you can feel free to do a
Jammer.
mode 4 scan or mode scan. Do those targets show up for you guys?
Negative. No joy.
Negative.
4 saddle.
Alright, contact 20 left, 50 miles, faded, was beaming. Approximate bullseye 297.87. And I have a negative mode 1 and mode 2 paint. Okay, there he is. 299.90, 22,000. Okay, 1 and 2, let's press. 3, are you in position?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 and 2 are pressed.
2.
2, you can go spread either side. Let's keep it close, like a mile and a half spread.
2 saddled, spread left.
3 for 4, put the burner in. Let's get some altitude.
Okay, I've got him on a nose of 40 miles now. Weather faded, I'm just going by an IFF paint. Okay, Generous. Approximately 35 miles. 10 right.
2, Tommy. Two's burned through on the trailer.
One's burned through on the lead.
2 tracking trailer and Twiz. Trailer's beaming.
Shows the lead. Looks like they're splitting. Okay, my guy's coming on.
Received.
I'm defensive. Defensive north.
Two same and no burn through.
2-7 on my tail. Keep eyes on me.
Fox 1.
2 Fox 1 on that leader.
Shaft, flare.
And defensive.
Okay, I'm coming out. I'm behind 1 and 3. Behind 3.
3 has Bertha on trail lanes. 1-9.
I'm still spiked.
2 same. I'm on your 6 low.
3 press. I'm gonna drag him into your 3.
Copy that. Three for 4, take the lead, right under, copy.
Port, tally. Port it.
Three and 4 have the lead. Solution.
2 left. Okay.
Fox 1. Fox 1.
So burn.
Fox 1.
Pick them up to 2.
Three's in the chute.
Fox 1. Falcon 1, I see a shoot. Falcon 1, I see a shoot. Fox 1.
Wake up.
Three's in the
Got the
chute.
1-4 is engaged
4,
defense.
rejoin on 1 and 2.
Copy.
4 is engaged defensive. Bullseye 312 86. Right turn passing 10,000. Nose down. A4 is music off.
Top flare.
4 flare. 4's on the deck. Four flare.
Okay, I'm engaged neutral. The guy's coming back on my right side.
I got him. I'm on him. Pop flare.
4 flare.
One pop flare.
Lock.
Okay, I'm in hot. Yeah, one, you're on him now. You're on him now, one. You're on his 6.
Altitude. Altitude.
I don't have energy to come over.
I got him. I got him. Fox 2.
Fox 2.
Splash. I'm still spiked.
Caution.
Okay. I'm clean.
Okay, what do you think? Should we go out and take a look at the Acme or?
Yeah, that'd be useful, I think.
Okay, everyone exit then.
I'm curious what happened to Iron Man because we were set
Yeah.
up pretty well, and how he got shot. Where did that come from?
Exactly. I'd be interested to see this Acme.
Yeah, then I pressed on my target, which I think was the second guy from that particular element, bandit element, and then suddenly the lead was behind me. Like something is happening very quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was spiked even when Iron Man was shot down. I was still being spiked. So how can they be spiking me and Tom, because Tom was defensive, and shoot down Steve?
Yeah, I think I spiked you for about a second when we were nose to nose, and you.
No,
you
mate,
were
I
coming
was
below
constantly
just after us.
spiked. I was constantly spiked.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I had the same thing, that AI behavior. They spike you constantly because when your RWR goes off like incessantly, then it's not a human pilot. It's an AI triggering. I had the same thing.
Well, I was I had actually foxed one on somebody, but Poppy, you kept calling that you were being spiked, so I dropped it. I don't know if I was spiking you or not. We'll see in the Acme.
Yeah, I noticed that happening, and I thought that would be something good to look at during debrief.
What is this number? I'm not used to.
Oh, it's a team viewer. Sorry.
I don't have installers. You don't use the TechView online stuff?
We haven't been. Just found it easy to use TeamViewer, but
Okay.
let's
So
see.
I'm gonna install.
Okay.
Just continue.
Look at them sneaky buggers now. Look, splitting like that.
Yeah, I could see it. I couldn't burn through on him, but I could see you
Yeah, I had to burn
highlighting him,
through,
and
yeah.
I could see the two. I could see that bracketing us.
Okay, can you just stop it there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the picture I had, and I thought at this point it working quite well because Fisty assigned this guy to me, which were fine. When you two bugged out, I then put Poppy onto this guy because you two were out of the fight. So far, everything worked as I expected it to work.
Yeah, I agree. And there was very little radio comms as well, so that went really quickly.
And we should have been above you, which I think we were at this point.
Yes. So his lock line goes away right after he fires. So I'm assuming I had already defeated it at that point, but I didn't want to take any chances because here he brings it back Now that should be a dead missile at this point. Because it blinked.
Well, the other things, it's showing you his belly there.
This guy?
Yeah.
Well,
You two have
yeah.
got his belly there, so how the fuck is he tracking that?
That's a good point.
There. You're both belly to belly. There's no way that missile can track.
Well, it isn't. It ever since. Okay, so he locks and fires here. At that point, that's a wasted sparrow. Because he's lost lock. And if you just watch that sparrow, I lost the launch indication, but I kept defensive just because I was basically out of position now to be offensive. But no, that's a goner. And now Fisty picks up. All right, what were you firing at?
That guy.
Yeah, so there you lost lock, so that missile's kind of. But you did turn him, which is sort of what we had talked about.
But he's still locking me, look. Even though he's...
Well, he's fired again. Even though he's... Even though he's 174 degree aspect, he's fired on you. Off gimbal. Wow. Okay. But he lost lock right there, so that's a goner. But now you're being spiked by this guy. That's why you were continually spiked. So this guy has come back hot again. All right, so
Here comes the cavalry.
I'm thinking, Iron Man, you guys might have been too far away.
I had full burner plugged in, Matt.
I'm not sure what your entry speed was, but when I came into the pit, I was doing like 280, 270. Knots.
Yeah. I called Poppy to go get some altitude. So
Yeah. So what I was looking for is, well, you know what whiz and depth is. Yeah.
5 mile max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at this point, we're both. Yeah, go ahead.
No, just pull the numbers up for me and see what the.
You're at 27, so you got the altitude. You don't have the Mach though.
Yeah, but that's gate. I mean, that is. Full.
Yeah, I know. The problem is you're not even in. They're 30 miles away. So and that's why at this point I said, well, we're going to drag them back to you. We're not. Okay. We're not. I didn't feel like we weren't offensive from a launch indication.
No, that's all.
So I felt that we could just drag them.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm glad you did because I knew we were out of position, but there wasn't a great deal I could do about it.
I think that's just one of the disadvantages of joining the T in flight. If we take off and ramp and do all of that, we're going to be in formation pretty much straight after takeoff. So we can fix that.
So here is where I fire on this guy. No, not Steve. Okay, so here's what happens to Steve.
Yeah, just pause it, please. As I meant, from my perspective, this was a good setup because I was tally visual. I knew where you were. I knew where the bandits were. Assignment was good. I only did 2 mic clicks and we were off fighting. So this was an excellent setup. You know, going back to the brief that we did before the flight. So this worked exactly as we briefed. So.
Yeah, the outcome wasn't what I expected, but
well, if you could see that he hits you with a head-on aim 7 shot, which is very low PK, which apparently hits. So.
What worries me is I double tapped him, but I only pressed the pickle button once.
Mm.
So if you watch it here, just roll it gently.
Oh, there's 2. Okay.
I don't know why that happened.
It happens to me if you get switch bounce on your pickle button. If your pickle button starts to go bad, with me it's got to do with the fact that normal times I press it with about 3 ounces of pressure. During a dogfight, I press it with about 30 pounds of pressure.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's something that we should probably check if it happens a lot.
Yeah.
It can mean that you need to replace that switch. So the point is that at this point you have a lock. At this point you don't, so both of those are dead missiles.
Why did it drop lock? The like nanosecond that I pressed the pickle button, the lock dropped. Why would that
Good
be?
question.
Annoying.
Good question, but it
It's
happened
very
to them
to mine,
too.
isn't it?
Yes.
And I fire with the lock and my missiles are duds, so weird stuff still does happen.
Okay.
You fire, Poppy? You have a lock?
Yeah, solid lock, the whole thing. Being
Lose lock right there.
Just as he fires, look, the missile's just coming off his reel. And he loses it as well.
And then I get it back, right? Don't I?
Doesn't matter.
No, I know,
barrel.
Yeah.
It's lost, it's lost.
I don't remember reacquiring the target. Alright, we'll test it, we'll see what happens.
Okay, so he definitely has your number, Steve. So, I mean,
yeah, what worries me about this picture, if you just hold it there, is why didn't he turn away? He must have got a launch warning from these two, and yet he still didn't turn away. There are lots of things I don't understand about this picture. But, but cyanide aside,
I know.
I thought the tactic was sound. I thought it worked well. Apart from us being too far behind in the first instance, which, as Fist has already said, is due to joining in flight, I think this tactic, we shouldn't shit-can this. This is good stuff. Because if you look at this, look at that picture there, Poppy and I are in, okay, we're close in, but we're in perfect position to kill both these guys. And you two, down here, are in perfect position to circle back behind us.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy with the picture that I'm seeing, not the result, not for one instant, and not for the unknowns, the double tap and the lost lock.
Yeah.
Just as you press the button. But I think this tactic is worth hanging on to.
Yeah.
One.
Go ahead.
Yeah, quick comment from you. We do take up a lot of airspace, so the distances should be different than what we used to in Balkans or KTO. It's just more close in. So 5 miles is like max. Smaller boxes, so to speak, the two working.
Yeah, that's a function of joining in flight, isn't it? Like I said, we tried to get a close box, but I mean, now we're pouring paraffin at the burner like there were no tomorrow. Tiag, just before you lose the will to live, is this the sort of thing you expected, this kind of analytical approach, or is this blowing the ass off you?
You did not fly with me, did you? in the past. When I was the CTO in the 105th, I used to have, I think just Zipgun actually had that. We had 1 hour briefings about the training. And then that was the time that I lost all guys. And then for the briefing, we had 2 hours debriefing. So it's no big deal. I cannot see actually the team view. That's why I'm not, joining you guys in the discussion, but no problem. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm really happy that everything is working really nice in terms of connection. This was my goal for today.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
looking at that picture, Zip, that's pretty good. If I'm honest, that's. So that's when we set off. That's what I were hoping to see. Is that kind of coordinated pair situation, irrespective of the outcome. I think that's, you two have got your shit together. Us two have got our shit together. That's I'm happy with that. But I need a bio, so back in 2.
You got new toys, yeah? Does that work, Cherex? Is that good?
yeah, it works really well.
Right.
That's sort of the picture we're looking at. So at this point, Steve is gonna basically come hot on that pair. You can see Fisty and I are just coming off of being defensive. We're about to hook. But this, so the problem, I think, with this engagement is, we, and it's not that we're going to fly. We may fly a lot with 5 ships now, but Fisty and I, if we're going to do a typical grinder, Fisty and I should have come all the way back behind you and came in. In other words, you should have been, I think, up on top of Fisty and Poppy, or of Iron Man and Poppy. And we just got a little disconnected there. So, moving forward on this engagement, I am locked, I think, on this guy. And because this guy is locking Poppy, I had to let the missile go because I didn't know for sure.
Yeah, this is where I call engage defensive, and I do a split S nose down to escape it. I'm not sure if that was the best maneuver, but I thought if I go low, anything that's above 10,000 then is hostile, so that's easier to sort for you guys. So that creates that altitude differential. And then I basically go downward scissors, keep pulling G's, not lighting the burner. This is the call when I drop flares, basically is a call for you guys to drop flares for the visual ID. And I should be able to escape any missile that he sends at me, which happens. And this is where I thought that was 50. And then he passes by. It's like, well, 50 has different paintings on the wings, so that's not him. Then 50 comes in, so now I'm thinking 3v1. I'm bugging out, so I'm extending south, creating some room for the shot.
Yeah, that's at this point, based on the doctrine we just talked about, you should probably, because we're still at this point, we're 3v1. You should have come out, actually, we're 4v1 because TX's back here. But what you should do is you should exit, gain altitude, gain SA, and then you become the free fighter on top, right?
Yeah, okay, I did do that. I stayed low and bugged out south to clear the shot, and then gained
Yeah.
altitude and come back and rejoined.
Yeah, well,
immediately before we jumped.
that's okay, but it's just the quicker you can come back into the fight.
Right.
Top is, so the echelon, if you want to call it that, would be me, Fisty, and then you.
Yeah, right.
And
Well,
then yeah.
Yeah, I had done this little twirl here first. That was my evasive maneuver, especially with this turn with the aim 9 coming into me. After that, I wasn't threatened anymore. So this whole added turn actually wasn't needed. I could have dragged him into you, and I wasn't spooked as well. I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm over here. This is where you were. Where do you want me? You want me to drag him? I wasn't like, it wasn't DEFCON 2 or anything. It was pretty controlled.
So at this point, I think Fisty calls for a pop flare. Is that right, Fisty? And so that's a good thing that you did that, because that helped identify me from him, right?
Yep.
Did that work for you?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. I knew I was on the right one then. I could see your flare coming out, so I knew I was on the right one. And that's when I said to you, "That's it. You're on his 6. You're on his 6." But you didn't have the shot. You said. So I took
couldn't
it here.
pull this G. It was too tight for me.
All right. It looked to me like you were on his 6, but
yeah. I knew I couldn't come up. I was coming uphill. I was losing energy.
Yeah.
He had already come over the top, so I expected to come off, and that's why I just wanted to clear out for you, and I think that worked well. So
yeah, if Fisty missed at that point, you probably would have been dead, because he was definitely at the better position at that point. It's a risky.
Well, yeah, but I was coming off the burner to cool the tailpipe.
Mm-hmm.
So he was low and I was high. So this was not should not have been a challenge for the pop up. But anyway, all right, should we fly again?
Yep.
Okay, so quick final note. When I came back in after this little turn here, and I rejoined and used it before we jumped out, I thought if Fisty sees this, he's going to shoot me, because he's thinking there's a Viper on Zipcon's tail. Second one is the flares. If we pop flares...
You're way over here. No, that's Fisty.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
okay.
I was rejoining on you. That's Fisty.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, I'm thinking, so visual ID is one thing, and the flare, if you run out of flares, what then? And also the AI also drops flares when you lock them with an IR missile.
Yeah, but they drop lots and lots.
Okay, so you just want a single one. That's the unique kind of characteristic. Yeah. Okay, well, okay.
But that's a good point. If you don't have a flare, it's harder to see, but you can do a wing waggle.
Yeah, wiggle the wings.
Okay, I'm going to take Team Vera down.
Yeah.
And should we fly it again? Fly something different.
No, I think this is a good mission to fly. We haven't flown this in a bit. So.
Okay, let's try this again.
But that's just me, huh? No.
Let's try it in KTO though. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's an issue with Sinai with their strange off-ball lockup or what?
User joined your channel.
Not sure. Is that defined by theater? Not sure.
I don't know. Steve seems to think there's a problem with Sinai, and we have seen them locking us up at 170 off-ball sight.
Okay, so I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure Dangard has learned his lesson about messing with the database.
Yeah,
I think he claims that the avionics, not to say that they aren't bugged, but that the avionics are the same for Korea. We could certainly test it again, but I don't. I guess the short way of saying it is you have to fight with the jet we're given. So if he, we need to fight with his version of the F-16.
Okay.
I don't know. He would not know enough. Mess with the radar cone.
Yeah.
Okay, server is up. Okay, in this one, I'm going to go into number 5. So you guys can stack it up. TE is up. So figure out who's going to lead. Steve, you want to lead? I don't know. How about Ironman, you lead. Tiag, you want to take number 3?
I'm a little bit rusty on the multiplayer action. Put me at number 4, maybe.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Back.
Yeah, where are we?
You lead. Fisty, you on number 3. Okay, so what we're going to do, so we have the time, after we get in the air, let's go back to steer 2, and then regroup.
That's a good idea.
Tee up.
Yeah.
Up to 2, yeah.
Yeah, I think that should be enough. Only about 15 miles behind us.
Okay.
Okay, 5's ready.
1's good.
2. 3.
Alright, everybody do the click downs just to make sure. Alright, 5, let us know when you're in. You're the host.
Okay. Okay, you can come in.
Three's in.
1's in.
2's in.
4 is in.
Everybody push 6.
Falcon 1-1 check.
Falcon 1-2.
Falcon 1-3.
Falcon 1-4.
Alright, flight. Let's circle left and back to steer 2. Fox formation. Angels 2-2. Use the burner if you have to.
Plasma 1-2, return to base.
IDM 7.
Four, come left for steer 2.
2 rejoin.
One's on deck, Angels 2-2.
When are you on 2992?
Negative. 290.60. First element, ref steer 4 on Angels 2-2. Second element, ref steer 4, Angels 2-5 plus, copy.
3 copies. When can you read out altimeter?
3062, Russia.
Roger. That's what I meant by 2992. Okay, I'll go 3062.
2, same.
Hey, if you guys want to add me, your IDM, you should be.
Just wait one. Your flight's now added.
Saddle right side.
2, push your scope out to 80 miles, let me know if you see anything. Copy.
2.
Could you transmit a mark point for steer 2? I don't think mine match yours.
I've got you on IDM, you look about right. Push steer 4. First element on deck, Angels 2-6. 3 and 4, go high, Angels 2-8. Let's try and jump these buggers.
5 half.
3.
2. 1, 2, clean.
Three and 4, push your scope out to 80 miles. We're getting nothing on scope. Copy.
3.
Flight 5 fencing.
2 fencing.
3 fenced in.
4 fencing. Man, I love this ice.
Push steer 5.
2.
5 have got responsive paint. 60 miles. I don't know.
3 same.
4 no vision.
Four reference day 5.
1 for 2. You got any non-responsives on FCR?
2's clean.
One for 5. Can you get a lock and a sign? Because I'm seeing nothing away in that.
Probably beaming. The IFFCs, whether they're beaming or not. I've got their bullseye approximately 302-109.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking.
They're not showing up on a mode 2 scan.
I've got them on mode 2, but they're unlockable on that, aren't they? They are what you say they are, but I'm getting an incomplete picture.
2, are you still in the sim?
Yeah, A from the switching positions to let the FCR do as well.
I see you stripped very low and trail.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Two, have you got eyes on me?
2's visual.
Okay, don't lose it.
2.
Yeah, I've got another group. It looks like a group of 2 out at 75 miles.
3 same.
Bullseye 300 for 135.
That's the first. Second group is approximately 132. Sorry.
One for 3, let me know if you get these guys on radar lockable, because I can't. Copy.
Three copies.
2 saying no joy.
seeing them at 299,121.
They're firm. I've got an IFF at 35 miles, but no lockable.
That's because they're being...
Flight push 7. Push to 7.
What?
Two come right heading 300. Copy.
2.
Contact 307 for 16, 22,000. Hot.
Let's step.
Drop lock.
2 music on.
4 music on.
Falcon 1-2. Music on.
Okay, second contact, left trailer 272.19, 2 strobers.
Copy that. That's your target 3.
4 sort on the trailer of the trailing group.
4 has a picture sorted.
Okay, I've got burn through lead group 2. Do you copy?
2.
Fox 1.
Okay, launch warning going defensive.
Fox 1.
Fox 3.
Fox 1.
Turning back in.
2. Defensive.
One's in the silk.
4 sort on that lead group now.
Confirm changing group.
Poppy, pull back and regroup with 5.
2's dead.
Okay, 4 is full, notified. Off.
3, you have the lead.
Sweet. Alright, I'm off. I'm spiked and off.
4 is defensive, running 180.
Couldn't get any burn through. 4 drop flare. Okay, visual now. Okay, I'm merged.
Okay, I shoot.
Here's my flare. Four, is that you rolling?
I see a shoot. Mayday, airman down. Bullseye. 304-101.
Lock. Falcon 1, good shoot.
Okay, 4 to the shoot.
Fox 2.
For the lock, for the lock.
Lock.
For the lock.
Fox 2.
I'm dead now.
I think I might have got you.
Plasma 1.
I think he did too.
Altitude.
Mayday, airman down. Bullseye. 304-110.
Flare.
Alright, let's exit.
1 shoot spotted.
Well, that was interesting.